What if I told you that the people quietly becoming millionaires aren't smarter, luckier, or working harder than you? They just think completely differently about money. They don't chase trends. They don't gamble on next big things. And they definitely don't post their wins online. Instead, they play a different game, one that almost no one talks about. You see, most people were never taught how money really works. Schools don't teach it. Parents rarely know it. So we grow up believing that more effort equals more success, until life proves otherwise. You work hard, but the bills keep piling up. You earn more, but somehow save less. And deep down, you wonder, why does it feel like I'm running in place while others quietly win? Here's the truth: wealth has less to do with income, and everything to do with psychology. Quiet millionaires don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline, clarity, and systems. They master their emotions before managing their money. And over time, their small, boring habits compound into freedom. Because real wealth isn't built by the loudest person in the room, it's built by the calmest one. And in this video, you'll discover the exact mindset shifts these quiet millionaires use, the invisible habits, mental frameworks, and financial psychology that flip your relationship with money upside down. By the end, you'll know how to think, act, and decide like someone who's already free, not someday, but starting today. So if you're tired of chasing hype and ready to play the real game of money, stay locked in. The first shift, the anti-impulse principle, changes everything. Quiet millionaires aren't waiting around for motivation to kick in, they're fueled by obsession. They wake up thinking about freedom, not Ferraris. They're addicted to the process, not the prize. While most people chase hype, they build habits that outlast emotion. That's financial psychology in action. They train their brain like athletes train muscle memory. Think about Rocky Balboa. He didn't wait to feel like training. He got up, ran through the cold streets of Philly, and did it anyway. That's how quiet millionaires treat money. They study financial education, master their money habits, and invest time instead of wasting it scrolling. They know how to make money because they obsess over systems, not feelings. Here's the thing: obsession makes discipline automatic. If your goal is clear enough, you don't need external hype. Imagine someone setting a target of reaching $100,000 in savings in 2 years. Every dollar gets tracked, every expense gets questioned. It's not about deprivation, it's about direction. That's how personal finance transforms from chaos to control. They also build rituals around progress. They might read Rich Dad Poor Dad every year or listen to finance podcasts while driving. They feed their mind the same way they feed their portfolio, consistently. Over time, those tiny actions compound like investments, turning obsession into predictable success. Financial education becomes their daily fuel. And what's crazy? Once that obsession takes root, comfort feels like a trap. They crave growth the way others crave entertainment. They don't just want money, they want mastery. And that's where the real transformation begins, when freedom becomes non-negotiable. But here's the twist: once they control their focus, they learn to control something even more powerful, their money itself. Quiet millionaires treat money like soldiers. Every dollar has a mission. None of it just sits around. They don't stash cash for comfort, they assign it jobs, invest, learn, or create freedom. That's financial education at its finest. They understand that lazy money equals lost opportunity. So their budget isn't about restriction, it's about direction. Picture Tony Stark in Iron Man. Every part of his suit has a function, nothing wasted, and that's exactly how these people treat personal finance. Their dollars build businesses, buy time, or grow skills. Instead of thinking, how can I spend less, they think, how can I make this dollar work harder? That mindset shift is pure financial psychology in motion. They track cash flow like it's a live game. Every transaction tells a story of progress or distraction. They might use apps like Nab or Monarch Money, but the real tool is awareness. They know how to make money move. Their finance tips aren't glamorous, but they're surgical. Eliminate emotional spending, reinvest profits, buy back time. And it's not just investing in stocks or crypto. Sometimes it's investing in themselves. Courses, mentors, or even better work setups, anything that compounds. When they spend $200 on a skill, they expect $2,000 back later. That's how they rewire their brain around personal finance. Every dollar must multiply, not vanish. By turning money into a tool instead of a trophy, they make it serve them 24/7. No dollar naps. No extra income sitting idle. Their wealth grows quietly, like a well-run business behind closed doors. And once their money starts working harder than they do, the real question becomes, how do they stay patient enough to play the long game? Quiet millionaires don't chase shiny objects. They're not looking for get-rich-this-month moments. They're building can't-be-broken foundations. Their money habits are designed around patience, not adrenaline. It's like financial chess. Every move counts, and the real reward comes 5 years down the road, not 5 minutes later. It's the same energy you see in The Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne didn't dig through that wall overnight. It took years, tiny, deliberate actions, one handful of dirt at a time. Quiet millionaires do that with money. They save, invest, and reinvest. They trust the process because they understand compounding focus is even more powerful than compounding interest. They know financial psychology is about managing emotions, not just numbers. Markets rise, people panic. Trends pop, people chase. But they stay calm, because they're not playing to look rich, they're playing to stay free. They understand that most quick wins are traps disguised as opportunities. That patience pays better than dopamine. They play long-term games with people too. Instead of networking for short-term gains, they build real relationships, mentors, partners, thinkers. That's how personal finance grows into generational wealth. Money compounds, but so does trust. Every lunch, every idea, every favor builds future leverage. And that's the mindset shift that flips everything, from instant gratification to intentional growth. When you start thinking in years instead of weeks, your confidence skyrockets. You stop rushing and start building. But once that long-term discipline clicks in, something else begins to change: how they manage their entire life like a business. Quiet millionaires treat their life like a CEO runs a company. Every choice has a cost and a return. They track numbers, not feelings. If something drains energy but brings no progress, it's out. That's how they protect focus and growth. In personal finance, that means saying no more often than yes, even when opportunities look good. Think of Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight. His company runs behind the scenes, but every project, every move has purpose. That's how these people operate financially. They track spending, set finance goals, and measure ROI like it's second nature. They understand that financial education isn't about saving pennies, it's about managing decisions like assets. They build systems, not chaos. Calendars, budgets, and routines aren't boring, they're freedom machines. They know how to make money isn't the hard part, keeping it flowing is. So they treat their habits like employees: consistent, reliable, productive. When their systems handle the small stuff, their brain stays clear for the big plays. What makes this mindset rare is that they optimize energy, not just time. They know the value of a rested mind. A bad decision made tired can cost thousands. So they create boundaries: no late-night overthinking, no energy vampires. They invest in peace like others invest in stocks. That's financial psychology at a mastery level. And the most interesting part? Their privacy isn't about mystery, it's about mastery. They don't need validation because their results speak in silence. They live like their own board of directors: private, efficient, strategic. But once they've mastered running life like a company, the next big question arises: what happens when the cash starts rolling in? Quiet millionaires don't chase luxury, they chase leverage. When income rises, they don't rush to upgrade cars or apartments. They upgrade cash flow. They buy things that make money, not things that lose it. That's a financial psychology shift few people ever master: choosing freedom over flex. Business before brand, assets before applause. It's the same idea behind the Wolf of Wall Street, but inverted. While Jordan Belfort spent his millions showing off, quiet millionaires use their money to multiply itself. They build small businesses, buy rental properties, or invest in dividend stocks that pay them monthly. Their finance tips aren't about cutting coffee, they're about buying cash flow. When they get an extra $1,000, it's not shopping time. It's strategy time. That money gets split, part into investments, part into building skills, and maybe a small part for enjoyment. They understand how to make money is just step one. How to make it work for you is step two. That's where real financial education begins. They think in systems that feed themselves. A YouTube channel that earns ad revenue, a product that sells while they sleep, or a side business run on automation, those are the modern money machines. Once you build one stream, you reinvest it into the next. That's compounding in real life, not just on spreadsheets. And when they finally upgrade their lifestyle, it's because their income can't help but overflow. They don't buy things to look rich, they buy things because they're already free. That's the true mark of financial maturity. But once cash flow becomes second nature, they realize something deeper: wealth means nothing if your mind isn't at peace. Quiet millionaires know peace is the foundation of power. They cut noise before they cut costs, toxic people, draining environments, comparison traps. Because when your mind is chaotic, your money follows. The truth is, financial psychology starts with emotional stability. If you can't control your mind, you'll never control your wallet. Think about Jason Bourne. Even with chaos around him, he stays centered, strategic, calculated. That's how wealthy thinkers operate. They don't make big financial decisions when they're stressed. They pause, breathe, analyze. That calm energy protects their personal finance more than any budget ever could. Peace pays dividends. They understand that chasing more without clarity leads to burnout. So they create mental routines, journaling gratitude, digital detoxes, quiet mornings before screens. They invest in habits that keep their nervous system calm. Because let's face it, you can't make smart money habits if your brain is constantly in panic mode. Their biggest finance tip isn't about stocks, it's about silence. Meditation, therapy, or even just long walks help them think clearly. It's not woo-woo, it's ROI on mental energy. Every calm decision compounds over time. Fewer emotional purchases. Better investments. Stronger focus. That's financial education in its truest form. And once they master that inner stillness, something magical happens. Money stops being a source of anxiety, it becomes a tool for peace. They build wealth without pressure, success without noise. But then, they unlock an even higher level, turning gratitude itself into a weapon for abundance. Quiet millionaires understand something deeper: gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a discipline. The Bible says, "To those who are faithful with little, more will be given." That's not poetry, it's financial psychology. They write down what they're thankful for every morning, not because life is perfect, but because they're proving they can handle more blessings. In the pursuit of happiness, Chris Gardner stayed grateful even when life crushed him. He thanked life for the smallest wins: a meal, a bed, another chance. That mindset turns struggle into strength. Quiet millionaires apply the same principle to personal finance. Before chasing more money, they thank God for the money they already manage well. They know that gratitude attracts better decisions. When you appreciate what you have, you stop making impulsive financial moves. You invest smarter, save with purpose, and build habits that stick. It's not about being passive, it's about being prepared. Gratitude grounds ambition, it turns chaos into clarity. Their journals are full of things money can't buy: health, peace, relationships, discipline. And ironically, that's what makes them wealthier. Because wealth without gratitude is just greed in disguise. Their finance tips often start with mindset, not markets. They know that how to make money begins with how to respect it. And that's the quiet secret behind their success. Gratitude trains the heart for abundance. It's the signal to God, to the universe, to themselves: I'm ready for more. They're not chasing wealth, they're aligning with it. And when that mindset locks in, it changes everything, because true wealth isn't earned, it's expanded. Remember how overwhelming it felt to compare yourself to others and chase quick wins? Now you've seen the secret. Quiet millionaires don't rely on luck, they rely on mindset, discipline, and obsession. You've already started shifting your money habits by understanding how to make money smarter, not just faster. Ask yourself, Are your daily choices building cash flow, freedom, and mental peace, or are they feeding chaos and distraction? Think about the movies we mentioned. Like The Pursuit of Happiness, small consistent actions created unstoppable results. Your personal finance journey works the same way, and your long-term future depends on your next step. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss tips that can transform your relationship with money. Imagine waking up every day with control over your cash flow, clarity in your financial decisions, and confidence in your financial psychology. That's what this journey is really about. And if you're ready to take it even further, check out Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. This program shows you exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment to get started.